a show that tackles the big issues affecting the BVI and the rest of the Caribbean. Searches for answers to today's big questions and gives viewers a unique perspective on developing stories. Follow the big story with me, Kathy Richards, only on JTV. This show is brought to you by the National Bank of the Virgin Islands, Cyril B. Ramney Tertola Pier Park, NV Salon Spa Nail and Barbershop, HOV Medical, and Digicel. Sign up for Digicel Plus Home Light Bundles, faster internet, movies, and sports. Kenny, I know that you're all the way on St. Thomas, coming all the way from the Virgin Islands, Anegadian in particular, to take an adventure in something that you love. You have a passion for horses. We're accustomed to you with the horseback riding as a tourist attraction on Anegadian. But this passion for horses sees you going even further. Now you are, for the very first time, in having someone from Anegadian on St. Thomas to have a horse run in the races there this year.
Okay. That is true, Kathy. That is true. Well, you know, there's my passion. There's what I love to do. Horses is my thing. And you say that I would say you're a product of your environment. From time I was young, I've been going to the horse track, and I just fall in love with horses. And to me, it's like whatever you're into when you're young, you eventually develop into it. And to me, that's like what happened to me. Because I also used to rent scooters, and when I was younger, I used to ride cycles and stuff like that. So it's like everything I used to do when I was younger, I became a man, and I still stay into the stuff I was interested in. Thank God for that.
Okay, but for many years we would have had horse races right here in the territory, but at that time you would have never participated. Tell us about this venture of going to have a horse run in the races on St. Thomas.
Well, when you're talking about horse racing, you're talking about the sports of kings. And when you're talking about the sports of kings, we ain't talking about a cheap venture. And to be honest, it's actually cheaper to buy the horse than to take care of the horse. After you buy the horse, there's a lot of more expensive to maintain and keep the horse. I decided to go St. Thomas this year because, as you can see, our track is, like, I would say there's a weed track at the Virgin Islands now, and I ain't talking about marijuana, I'm talking about grass, bush. But I think the government should find somebody to cut all the bush and send it to Anegadian to help me feed my horses. I think that's a brilliant idea. Some places, now you gotta excuse me.
I know you to always be a humorous person. I expect that. Tell us about your horse that is in the race this year.
Well, his name is Alabama Jama. He the distance he's racing in St. Thomas, he actually won at that distance the last time out he raced in Puerto Rico, and he won a couple races at that distance. He actually loved that distance. And he's a real professional. When he goes on the track, strictly business, strictly walking. If he jogging, he jogging. I mean, he's ready to pull us around the track now, how healthy and strong he is. So we're expecting to see some good results tomorrow.
So this is a new horse that you would have purchased, and not one that you would have had here in the territory.
No, my horseback riding horses, I wouldn't even attempt to go say I'll race one of them. Only unless you want to see me the horse them like circle me twice or something. So I had to get something that's actually competing and running. He's only 5 years old. He's actually the youngest horse I own. The youngest horse on the farm now is actually 7. He had injured his foot, and we had taken him off at Tatola track and give him a home. He's there for about 2 years now. He's doing good. We don't call him Mustafa. The guests love him, but nobody can replace Apache. That's the story, the farm.
Okay. You talk a lot about the one person that has been a great support to you in terms of your passion for horse racing, and that is Lesmore Smith. Did he have anything to do with you making this big move of taking a horse to race?
Honestly, no. I think even Lesmore was surprised when he see what they in St. Thomas dealing with a horse because nobody there know nothing. I mean, that's how we as in Tola. We don't advertise what we're doing before we do it. We'll do our thing and you'll see us doing our thing because one thing I noticed in Tatola, once you tell people like what you into, sorry to say, they'll always try railroad you, try make sure it don't happen. So I learned from living over there is like certain things to keep to yourself, and when it develop, they'll see it develop, and that's how they will know.
Okay.
But Lesmore didn't know nothing. He didn't know anything. I'm pretty sure he was shocked to see me on the track.
Okay, and I think Lesmore is the only other person from the territory that is having horses raced there as well this weekend.
Yeah, to my knowledge, yes.
Um,
Only me and Lesmore.
okay, I found it very interesting when we had a conversation prior to now when we were talking about preparing for this interview. You said, I'm heading over to St. Thomas, and my horse and I will be sleeping together days before this race. Why?
Well, now you're getting into different stuff.
Yes.
Or when it comes to your horse being on a track and stuff, there's nobody you could trust. You can't trust nobody around your animal. Especially when it comes so close to race, that people will do stuff to try to get your animals sick and stuff like that, sorry to say. So he don't perform to your best of your ability and stuff like that. So you gotta stand your game and keep your eye on stuff, because if you don't keep your eye on stuff, somebody keep the eye on it for you and make sure you don't succeed in what you're trying to do.
Okay. Who is your jockey? And how did you get him?
Well, my jockey is actually from St. Thomas. My jockey is actually my trainer and my exercise rider. So we planning on doing like one big historical thing all around. We come from Anegadian. To my knowledge, it's never been done. Somebody train, exercise, and jockey the horse and race there and win. So that is our goal also, to set history all around.
Awesome. That's wonderful. And we look forward to hearing good things while we are here with our ears to the ground. How many races you gonna be running?
I only in one race. The last race, Boise Cup.
Boise Cup. What's the price for that one?
The price for the Boise Cup is 25,000.
Okay, you going for the big money.
Well, the Governor's Cup bigger, but I didn't want to face Lesmore. I'd rather face Lesmore. Smaller horse. The other horse is a way bigger horse. Bigger as in class. Lesmore should win that race easy.
Okay, awesome. Okay, well, I wish you well, and I know the entire territory is behind of you, and more so I can hear Anegadian shouting for Kenny, go Kenny. What would you say to those in authority as it relates to getting this issue resolved for the people of this territory when it comes to getting the horse track up and running so horses couldn't be galloping around there?
Cathy, you asked me a question and I'm going to be frank with you. Okay? The horse track we have in Tatola, that's a track where you'll actually like train horses and exercise horses, and it's a 4 furlong track. People do not hold professional horse races and no 4 furlong track. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. That's like an exercising track. And for the government to have that racetrack in that kind of situation, how we're looking at stuff, that's an embarrassment. They don't have no interest in horse racing at all. I would say so, because look how long that track been like that. Lesmore even invest his own money in a track, and look how the track still turn around to be. We have no leaders interested in that. That's where I look at it.
Okay, but your vision for the future of horse racing in the Virgin Islands, what it looks like?
Well, if Tatola don't buckle up their belt, I will be continue coming on St. Thomas, because this is my passion, and I gonna do what I love. I ain't gonna do what somebody else love. I gonna do what I love, and this is what I love.
Awesome. So, Kenny, again, I would have said it several times throughout this little discourse we've had. Is all the best to you and your horse. We look forward to seeing Kenny do his usual regular posts and probably posting even more, uh, cashing off on that $25,000 win and making
Yeah,
history.
that sounds like a plan.
Awesome, Kenny. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us here.
No problem, Cathy.
All right. All the best. Lesmore, it's the day before Friday when you will be participating. You're one of two persons, as far as I know, will be participating in the races, the horse races there in St. Thomas where you are right now. Tell us about your participation and your running of horses there this year.
Yes, Kathy. As you know, I've always supported the St. Thomas Horsemen Racing Association, and my favorite sport is horse racing. I train horse. I make sure they're ready to go. I have two horses this year running in St. Thomas. Ghost in You, which is going to be running the Governor's Cup. He's going to be in the number 1 gate, and that's race number 6. And race number 7, which is the Boise Benjamin Cup. That one is going to be in race number 6, which is Risk versus Reward. I want you to know, Kathy, when we was young, we used to watch, we're going to call Ghostbusters. Well, the Ghostbuster is going to be on the line, and we're going to go get them. And thereafter, we're going to analyze if the risk is versus the reward that we're going to achieve. So we're going to be going for it. The horses are, to me, named for the title in which they are participating in. And we are ready to go. The horses are ready to go. The track is coming along pretty fine in terms of preparation. It's looking awesome. There are a lot of workmen still working. And it's going to be a good one. So I encourage, I know a lot of people from the BJ going to be coming down to see the races. And like no other, I'm not going to be scared going into this race. It's all up to the horses. We did our preparation, my guys and I. Fat Boy, who is one of our, also part of the team, as you know, he's in the hospital right now. He can't be there with us. He has lost his dad. Our sympathy and condolences are with him. We're going to keep him in our prayers, and we're going to make sure that we win on him, for him and for all the fallen soldiers of the BVI, Mileage, Bob Hodge, Elliot Hodge, and all the others that participated years before us. Knowing our 70th anniversary is coming on stream in the BVI, there seems to be nothing would happen with that. But I'm going to run for the roses and represent well.
Awesome. These are new horses, or these are horses that you would have had for some time?
No, Kathy, they're both new horses. For the most part, most of the horses that are on the track had no horses. I must say that we have a good gentleman out of Anegadian. He's the gentleman that you know is involved in the horse back riding in Anegadian.
Yes,
He
Kenny.
also have can he also have a horse in race number 7, which is participating with one of my horses, Alabama Gemma, and we make lap of it. I said, if you go in through the rope for me, and if I go in, I'll do likewise, because we would like to tap them 1, 2, first and second, so we can make sure we get the best of their purses.
Okay, I'm not so sure that Kenny realized that you have a horse in that race as well. Because not so long ago we did an interview, and he's of the impression that he's not going to run against a horse like Lesmore's horse, a real bigger horse. But let's see what becomes of this. So, but what are your thoughts and impressions about this young man taking the love for horses and horse racing to this level, participating in the races for the very first time?
I think, Kathy, it's a good thing. It shows that the people of the BVI do have interest in ensuring that horse racing come back, not only in the Brazil, but in Tartola of itself for us. And I hope that this would give some incentive to the powers that be and the persons that are involved. to see that, we really need to get our part of the fence fixed so we can get going. I recommend, and I said this before, I recommend we look at new location. I would stick to that because looking at what they have and the development that they are making, and Sincoy coming on stream very soon again, we would not be able to facilitate what their development would be. We need something much bigger, something much better. I don't think they can do that for us. I say that from a business perspective. I say that from a security perspective. If we want to attract people of a certain nature, a certain status, we need to be able to upgrade. And where it is because they can't give us that upgrade, it's hard for others to understand and believe, but the reality is they can't give us that upgrade.
No, okay, Lesmore. Well, we look forward to seeing what the our team from the BVI will be bringing back home here. We also especially look to see what Kenny will do on this debut venture of his.
Well, we are neighbors. We are just neighbors across from each other. One of my horse is facing his horse, so we are just like neighbors across each other. I spoke to him a few minutes ago. He left already, but we encourage each other. We're gonna go out there. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna try to beat the Symptomians. Take their nice purses that they have. The last race that we're running in is 25,000, and if we could take the better part of that, which would be 60 and 30%, which would be 90% going towards us. I'm hoping that we can do the first and second, and we can really appreciate, because knowing that we had to spend much more than them to be there, that would help us and keep us encouraged more.
Awesome. Okay, Lesmore, we'll have our ears to the ground. We have quite a number of people who are coming over to St. Thomas tomorrow to witness this event, and we'll be all ears out waiting for the good news.
And Kathy, just to add that I took the liberty to purchase 40 tickets, and I've shared some of them with one of the boat agencies to give out to the seniors that are maybe traveling to St. Thomas, so they can at the least have the tickets for the gate when they get there, so they won't be standing in the long line. And so it's how much I appreciate my people and how much I appreciate what I continue to try to do to be a part of my community in building it to be a better one.
Awesome. We can't take that away from you. Your heart is definitely where it is and in the right place. Congratulations, Lesmore, in advance, and we look forward to sharing the great news.
Thank you, Kathy, and I'll be home with the Governor's Cup and the Boy Benjamin Cup, and I know I will be there with them. Thank you.
All right.
We know that where you choose to bank matters, and it is your vote on what your funds do in strengthening our community. As your official Bank of Paradise, we invest and support the lifeblood of our economy by helping in the realization of personal goals for homeownership, education, and entrepreneurial visions, which support small businesses. We make it our place to connect with persons and worthy causes, and we have been doing so for more than 30 years. Where your money goes and what your dollars empower are your choice. And we thank you for choosing us, a bank that gives where it matters the most, for you, for our community, and a happier tomorrow. The National Bank of the Virgin Islands.